Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from Florida. Yes, I'm still in sunny Florida. I will be here for a while longer, and I am moving location today, so I hope to be able to bring you continuous videos every day. But certainly, I am putting my Twitter handle below. I don't often post on Twitter, but I will try to, particularly if I'm not able to get any videos out. If you see I'm not able to get some videos out, it's because I'm traveling or the Wi-Fi in the area may not be strong enough to get these uploaded. And so I just wanted to give you a heads up in advance. Of course, I'm in the Discord, and there are links below in the description of this video. There are two different plans that you can sign up on the Stocks with Josh Discord there. You can click on either below there, two different plans, and I'm daily in the Discord as well, and I will post as often as I can there on my travels. And so but we're going to jump into the show. And of course, so many of you are from Florida. In the comments, in the Discord, in whatever, all these beautiful places that you mentioned, I'm going to have to try and visit one of these days. But thank you for the shout out, and what a great state that you live in. All right, we're going to jump into some news here. Oh, and if you haven't smashed the like, you know what to do. Smash that like button. Love the comments and questions. Thank you so much for all your feedback, your encouragement, and of course, any questions I look to get back to as quickly as possible. And if you want to join our ever-growing community, smash that subscribe button. You'll be notified when there is a new video posted. All right, so we're going to jump in. So the U.S. Marshal Service is almost certainly selling Silk Road Bitcoin. So they've sent it to the prime address, and so we can. It's expected that this is going to happen if it hasn't started already. And so this could end up being a little bit of a buy the rumor, sell the news event that the market already dropped in anticipation. And so the last sale was actually back in March, and there's about 40,000 Bitcoin remaining. It was meant to be sold in 4 batches, actually in 2023, but they didn't. So there's been no sales since then, but they just deposited 10,000 of that Bitcoin into Coinbase Prime. Must be just for custody, right? Right? Yeah, right. So the government understands expect to be liquidated in 4 more batches over the course of this calendar year. However, that didn't happen. And so it's expecting that they I don't know why they didn't sell it at 70K, but they're going to sell it for $13,000 less. I guess they can just print more money. So, why does it matter, right? I don't know. But yeah, just to keep this in mind as if they keep sending batches, but I doubt it. I think this batch will be sold, and then maybe they'll wait another year. I don't know. They tend to sell the local bottoms. The last time they sold was a local bottom, and Bitcoin was about 25,000, and then it took off to 70,000. So I'm not sure what the thinking is behind all of when to sell. But generally, U.S. government, you want to sell the pumps and buy the dips, not the opposite way around. Okay, so Bitcoin cycle transitions from bullish to bearish often happens when the MVRV drops below the 1-year simple moving average. The shift occurred as Bitcoin fell below 61,500, signaling that a significant amount of Bitcoin was bought above this level is now in loss, leading to potential heavy distribution, which is kind of played out here. So you can see that the market is still bearish, okay? And while we're under the 200 EMA, the risk is still to the downside. So we do need a reclaim of that area, and we'll look at the charts in a moment. Bitcoin, however, there's just so much bullish indicators going. The Bitcoin whales ratio is currently at extremely high. And this usually and typically precedes a price increase following the halving. The whales just keep accumulating, okay? Historically, Bitcoin tends to break new all-time highs some 214 days after the halving. For the first time in history, Bitcoin broke to new all-time highs prior to the halving. So we're now 122 days after halving, or around about, and so technically Bitcoin could consolidate for another 90 days. That would take us through to around November. So just look, if you feel this is a boring market and we're going sideways, people sometimes ask me, where's Bitcoin going? It's like sideways, chopping around sideways, but alts are down, and there is a good opportunities to accumulate there in the altcoin market. And I think it's a good opportunity to accumulate Bitcoin at these levels as well. Okay, so yeah, it could sit around for another 90 days. So just be prepared for that. I think it might take off in October, personally, a little bit early. The funding rate falls to a 10-month low. Look at the last time the funding rate was at this level. Look what happened. Bitcoin went on a parabolic run, and the funding rate has gone to a 10-month low. Funding rate is one of the indicators I use to identify local bottoms. Open interest is another, and it's in my life-changing gains series, which is in my cheat sheet. By the way, I've listed all those. All the YouTube videos are all there in my all the YouTube videos that I've done since when I started this channel and just a couple of months ago. And in the cheat sheet, you will see all the life-changing gains series. It's in episode 4, how to identify local bottoms. And that can help to know when to accumulate, in my opinion. Doesn't mean we can't go a little bit lower. There can't be one final little flush out. But it's hard to go past that flush out that we just had with the yen carry trade dump that we had with the Japanese yen. We can see that Mt. Gox is, again, we've seen, and this is sell pressure. The Mt. Gox, okay, they had 141,000 Bitcoin, and now they're at 32,371 Bitcoin as of August 15. So they are running out of Bitcoin to distribute, and then we don't know the people receiving that Bitcoin. Are they selling it? Are they holding it? Are they selling some, holding some? What are they doing? That's up to each person. We don't know their intentions. Anonymous posted here, and we hold around 90% of our total supply now, and here's our plan. We will slowly rise and rise, then we will, boom, screen cap this here. So, and I guess this was posted in 2018, but the thing to keep note of here is July 2024, 53,000 Bitcoin. March, 73,200. I don't think it quite got there. September, 105,400. That would be quite awesome if it gets there. Screen grab that. Let's see if that comes to pass. But I just thought that was a little bit of fun there. Post. We get a little bit of hopium up in the market that's been a little bit of in the doldrums. And we got, who needs to see this? Bitcoin. You can see the cycles from 2011, the second cycle, the third cycle. And now we were coming through. And you can just kind of see that we're playing. Look, someone said that the Bitcoin cycle will finish early. It's quite possible that it finishes early. Look, it could finish at the end of this year. It could finish early to mid next year, or it could finish when it's meant to finish, which is around the fourth quarter of 2025. Right now, I've got no reason to believe that it's not going to still finish when it's meant to finish. Because then if they break the cycle, that does break people's faith and confidence in the halving cycle and how Bitcoin is set up and so on. So I do think that it's going to we might see some really scary moments during that. We might see a mid-cycle dump. Shoot, we could see it now. We could see a huge dump down before another takeoff. But in my opinion, I think we're still on track for the cycle. But certainly, if I was to think any other cycle, I think last cycle, everybody was saying, oh, it's going to extend. It's going to be a super cycle. It's going to last longer. This cycle is people saying it's going to be shorter. And look what happened last cycle. It just finished when it was meant to finish. I think, personally, right now, it's more likely to finish when it's meant to finish. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Okay, Marathon. While you were selling, Marathon, the largest public Bitcoin miner, was buying. Okay, so the institutions, the ETFs, the whales keep buying. Retail is panic selling. They want to shake you out of all your Bitcoin. Also, there was another mention of what happens when the Fed fund rate gets cut. Well, in 2020, when the Fed fund rate was cut, it was great for crypto. So I would expect the same. It doesn't mean that that can be applied directly to the stock market, but certainly for crypto, last time there was the Fed's fund rate got cut, and then we just absolutely took off. So let's see what happens there. And Bitcoin is going to skyrocket. We know rate cuts are coming in September, so really we know what Bitcoin is going to do. There's a rocket ship, and so we can see what happened. In 2020, Bitcoin took off. And so when the Fed funds rate gets cut, you can see here the Fed fund rate gets cut, Bitcoin takes off, Fed's fund rate gets cut, and expectation that Bitcoin will take off as well. Okay, and then since July 30th, 2024, that's not very long ago, long-term Bitcoin holders have accumulated over 500,000 Bitcoin in just under 3 weeks while you were selling. This doesn't feel like distribution. So the market, you can think, okay, is the market an accumulation or is the market in distribution? I feel like you know when the market's in distribution and it's time to get out and sell when the whales and the big money are selling and the long-term holder supply decreases. I feel like you know when you're in accumulation and you should be accumulating is when the smart money is buying and accumulating and institutions are buying and accumulating, that the net inflows of ETFs keep going up and up and up, okay? And so I think that this is, I don't know if you need another sign for this. Of course, anything can happen in the markets, but certainly I think this is a very good bullish indicator here. And then let's talk about Banana Gun, because the alt of this cycle, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. How was your day, honey? Good. Burnt 8.6 million worth of banana, 2% of total supply destroyed forever. Now, listen, this is a coin that only has the 10 million supply as it is. I identified it in my cheat sheet, and we're going to look at it in a moment after we look at the Bitcoin charts. We're going to look at the banana charts. I just closed a trade in profit this morning at around $60. I had given the signal entry for people to get in at around $30, okay? When the market dropped, I think it was early August, so you could have just held that for a couple of weeks and then seen that explode. And I had been posting over the last couple of days about Banana Gun, and I've been telling you the coins that I've been accumulating during this dip, which has generally been Tau, Casper, Banana, Arweave, Sui is another one as well. And we'll look at it at the moment when we go to the cheat sheet. But let's go to the charts. We're going to go to the Bitcoin charts. And so what we see here is something very similar. So this is a bit of a black swan here, okay? This is a black swan event right here, okay? We saw record crazy bottom signals on this, and that was a great time to buy the dip. I'm not sure if we see those. I'm not sure if we see the Tau go down to like 160 again until the bear market. I just don't know. Now, with the Silk Road stuff going on and the US government and FUD and other things happening, look, anything can happen. But so what we saw here is we saw under the 200 EMA, we saw it banging away and then it broke through and off we went. We're seeing something very similar here. We're banging away. 1, 2, 3. We actually had one here and we got through and then got rejected straight back down. And it took us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 or 7 times to get through. That's generally about what we see. So we could see a few more. It could break through right away, to be honest. And then I would expect, coming up, and this is the key moment, and this is what was identified for about that 61,500 level to break back above. Now, look, above the 200 EMA, I'm bullish, but I'm really bullish above the 50-day moving average, and they're very close, by the way. They're very, very close. So what are some entries here? Well, obviously, you could enter at resistance. I think anything under the 200 EMA is generally historically been great accumulation levels. Obviously, down here, lower would be good. We've certainly got these 55 level, $55,000 level. We've also got the around the 53, 54 level, and then we've got that 51.5 level, which is this. We might see part of this wick or half of this wick gobbled up here around this 50 to 51 level. I'm right now, the likelihood of this price of getting a lower low than this, I think it's less likely. I do. I think it's less likely. There are just too many bullish things going on, but it's possible. And if it is possible, I've said before, I don't really see it going below this 44, 45 area. I don't. I would be shocked, and I would question if we started to close below there, if we are still in a bull market. And certainly if we lost 38, then we're definitely in a lot of trouble there. So those calling for 43, 44, I'm not sure that we see that. It's possible with another crazy event. The U.S. government still holds a lot of Bitcoin there, but usually they're you would hope they're fairly responsible sellers in that, in releasing that Bitcoin into the market. But certainly here, this is bullish in my opinion coming up. If we do have a strong rejection, of course, there's some levels below that I've identified for you. And certainly to the upside, some upside targets. If we break through here, 61,500 is the first upside target to the upside, and then probably around that 66, 67 area before we then go up and challenge that 69 to 70. So those will be the areas that I've identified. Also note that Bitcoin dominance has kind of peaked again, but the alts haven't got as smashed as normal because Bitcoin price hasn't been dropping. Remember, Bitcoin dominance plus Bitcoin dropping equals alts get smashed. Bitcoin dominance has been going up and the Bitcoin price has been going up, and alts have kind of been going sideways. This is because there is a number of USDT in the market. So the USDT market cap is at an all-time high. That means people are minting. They're taking their dollars and they're buying USDT. That's not signs of a bear market, okay? So this is in a bearish ascending wedge formation. So I'll actually put this on the weekly time frame. And so I do expect us to break down from this. I do expect us to break down and come down, and we have a little bit of an old season, at least come back and retest some support down at this 54 level. But you can see on the weekly, we are really starting to top out here quite significantly here. So I can imagine some downside. All right, let's jump to Banana here. And so Banana was a trade that I gave. It's down to 57.60 right now. So I got out of the trade. I took the profit on the trade. I still have some open there, and I'll just add some to it there because I am using this coin to accumulate. If you watch my life-changing games, you'll see the areas for accumulation. But we're quite extended, and you can see we're quite some distance from the 50-day moving average at 49. So I can see a retest of that at some point. Now, of course, it could keep going higher before it comes down, and this moving average will keep coming up. So just keep that in mind for that. And the 200 EMA is down here. We may not see that again, but that's down at 38, and it can keep rising. So what are some levels if you wanted to do a little bit of a swing trade here? Well, let's just say you're looking to accumulate. Let's just say you missed this. Where are we looking at getting in? What are some levels to look to get in? Look, I wouldn't be buying at these levels. I would look to wait and enter it. The 50-day moving average would be the first place that I would recommend jumping in. Whereas the 200 EMA on the 4-hour, so somewhere between 46 and 49 would be a first entry there based on that, certainly. And then if you were looking to get in a little bit further, probably the bottom, 46 to 49, and then probably another entry at around 38 to 39 would be two entries. Now, if you look at trading this on my money printing method, life-changing games, the entry is pretty much you're on it right here. So you can see when you would have wanted to take this, when it changed from red and went green, you get in the trade here, okay? And then you're able to ride the trade up, and you keep riding. In fact, you wouldn't take profit. You probably would have taken profit here, actually. We got quite pulled away from it, but I was sleeping, and for some reason I hadn't set up my TP for that. And then when I woke up, we were like, let's take profit here. So this ended up great. And then to get back in the trade, you wouldn't get back in the trade until just now. So you would have taken profit here at around 60. Yes, it did go up to about 63. And then you would get back in the trade there. So if you've seen my money printing, if you haven't, I have linked my money printing method videos in there. You can also trade on the 5-minute time frame a lot more aggressively. I tend to stick to the 15-minute time frame. So I'm in here, and then of course you set your stop loss. You can set your stop loss. Depends. You can set your stop loss under this Lux or Algo order block, a more aggressive one. If you jump in here. A secondary stop loss is here, and then a much less aggressive stop loss is all the way down here. But certainly you could end up, sorry, that's not correct. It's the bottom of this yellow one. Usually this yellow is actually down here. So so those are the stop losses. One at this Lux Algo order block, and then so this is the more aggressive, and the less aggressive one is here at around $54 there if you jump in on this trade. So this is a live trade that I'm giving to you right now. And of course, let's hope this plays out and you get some more upside. It has been on a bit of a tear. I do give you a warning there. Also, you can use this ribbon on the longer time frame. Look at this. When it changes from red to green for spot, this is a great entry here. So the ribbon went from red, and as soon as it changes to green, you can actually jump in on this trade here, right on the 200 EMA, and you could have actually ridden that all the way up from $40 all the way up to 60, as I did this trade, although I got in a lot earlier as well. So you can certainly see how that happens. And again, as it starts to move up, your stop loss would be the bottom, green part would have been the bottom part of this ribbon. Okay, so that's how that works. So that giving you that live trade. We're going to jump and have a look at the cheat sheet here just for a moment. As you can see, I've got stocks in there. I've got swing trade. This is based off the latest dump that we had. And you can see these great exits here, even given exits to the upside. So you can either get out your entire position or just take some profit and then just keep riding it up. Eventually, I think it's going to get back to its all-time high of 80 and higher. Banana could end up being the trade of this cycle. I'm with a 10 million supply. What is Banana Gun? It's a Telegram trading bot. So you can get the Telegram trading bot and use it to trade. I've been meaning to. I haven't used it yet, and I'm going to do a separate video on Banana Gun here. There's some other great entries that we have here on Render. Tau, again, 165. Take profit at 320. You should have already taken profit there. I haven't managed, with all my travels, I haven't managed to keep everything as updated as I wanted to there. And so definitely there are some good trades there. I also have all my HODL trades as well. Remember the education, which I talked to you about before. Check out my life-changing gains series. They're all here. If you want to educate yourself and make more money in the markets, this is the place to come to. I just showed you how the money printing method works, but you can go in here, a deep dive, and you can also see my bottom indicators here, that as well, how I identify local bottoms in the market. Getting started, how to use BitUnex. A lot of people, you're stuck on Coinbase, Uphold, Crypto.com, and you're just getting killed by fees and bad spreads and lack of good coins to trade. Well, you can find these here. You can trade BitUnex here. You can sign up on this link here. You'll get a reduction in trading fees as a referral link. And so this also helps support the channel. So if you are signing, please use that link. I really would appreciate that. Tons of other links here as well. So as you can see, there are just loads and loads of different. I am going to be adding my airdrop as well. I'm going to add the airdrop there. So if you are doing it's not too late for the Empire game. I've only been doing it for 28 days. I'm already, I think I'm up to in the billions. And so of tokens, and it's a free airdrop for playing this game. I just played a few minutes a day. We don't know what the airdrop's going to be, but certainly encourage you. Use the link in the description below. You can click on that. I will be adding the link. The link's also in my cheat sheet, but I'll move it to a separate airdrop section. They're doing the airdrop in September and late September, early October. I believe it's going to be October. I believe they're waiting to see when the market turns and officially starts to take off. Then they're going to list on exchanges simultaneously on all these big exchanges and give the airdrop. I believe the price is going to pump, going to give a good opportunity. Should get a good 30 to 45 days in there, and that's enough time. So the link is in the description. Don't sleep on that. And, of course, as always, until the next one, happy trading.